Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter, now X, has always been vocal about his political leanings, and rumors of him starting a new political party have been circulating for some time. Musk, who has positioned himself as a figure outside traditional politics, could introduce a political platform that reflects his own values and priorities. If Musk were to officially launch a political party, it could have massive consequences for investors, businesses, and industries across the spectrum. Musk's appeal. Musk's appeal lies in his unconventional approach to politics. He's seen as a disruptor, someone who challenges the status quo. A new party led by Musk could appeal to younger voters, tech enthusiasts, and people disillusioned with the current two-party system. His stance on issues like free speech, technological advancement, and sustainability could redefine political discourse, especially if his policies prioritize innovation and green energy. This could lead to a significant push for renewable energy companies, electric vehicle manufacturers, and companies at the forefront of technological advancements like artificial intelligence and space exploration. Impact on stock markets, tech stocks. Musk's direct involvement in a political party would likely cause tech stocks to rise, particularly those that align with his values, such as companies in the electric vehicle, EV industry, e.g. Tesla, space, SpaceX, and social media, X, formerly Twitter. Renewable energy. Musk has been a vocal advocate for renewable energy and sustainability. His support for clean energy initiatives could drive stock prices in companies focused on solar power, electric vehicles, and battery storage. Investors would likely flock to companies that stand to benefit from Musk's progressive energy policies. Innovation and disruption. A Musk-led party could encourage radical shifts in industries like space exploration, AI, and electric vehicles. Stocks in these sectors could surge as investors look to capitalize on a future driven by technological innovation and sustainability. Musk's influence over these industries is already immense, and political clout could magnify his power. Challenges. Political polarization. Musk's new party could deepen political divides, and in a polarized environment, markets may experience instability. Investors might react negatively to any signs of political gridlock or tension, as businesses often prefer stability and predictability. Legislative uncertainty. The launch of a new party would likely lead to significant political uncertainty. Investors typically shy away from instability, and if the new party were to cause legislative deadlock or fuel political tension, it could have a negative effect on the broader market. Donald Trump's deportation plans. Market consequences. On the other hand, Donald Trump's policies, particularly his controversial stance on immigration and deportation, have consistently made headlines. His previous tenure as President of the United States was marked by a hardline approach to immigration, with the most famous aspect being the border wall. If Trump were to announce an intensified deportation plan, the ramifications could be significant, especially for sectors reliant on immigrant labor. Trump's appeal. Trump's stance on immigration appeals to a portion of the U.S. electorate that prioritizes law and order and believes in reducing illegal immigration. His immigration policies are often framed as a response to national security and economic preservation concerns. Trump's focus on the economy and job growth appeals to many in the business community, and his policies are generally seen as pro-business, particularly with regard to tax cuts and deregulation. Impact on stock markets, labor-intensive sectors. Trump's deportation plans could have a profound impact on industries that rely heavily on immigrant labor, such as agriculture, construction, and hospitality. A mass deportation could lead to labor shortages, making it difficult for companies in these sectors to find workers. As a result, stock prices of companies in these industries could drop due to rising labor costs and decreased productivity. Immigration stocks. Any action that puts the future of immigration policies in flux could cause stocks of immigration-related companies, such as visa processing services, to rise or fall. However, if Trump's deportation plans lead to fewer foreign workers coming to the U.S., it could cause the value of such companies to decline. Real estate. With many immigrants working in construction and other manual labor jobs, A large-scale deportation could slow down real estate development and construction projects. This could depress stock prices for real estate developers and companies involved in construction and home building. Challenges, legal and public backlash. A large-scale deportation plan could face strong legal and public resistance, both of which could create market volatility. If the deportation plans were challenged in courts, it could lead to delays and uncertainty in the markets. Public opposition to mass deportations could also result in protests and unrest, which could harm businesses and investments. Consumer spending. Immigrants make up a significant portion of the U.S. workforce and are often consumers as well. If deportation plans reduce the number of workers and consumers, there could be a corresponding decline in consumer spending, which could hurt consumer-facing companies. A clash of political economies. Who wins? The intersection of Musk's new party and Trump's deportation plans offers a fascinating glimpse into the future of American politics and the market. On one hand, Musk's vision for a tech-driven, green energy future could provide significant upside to stocks in those sectors. On the other hand, Trump's more conservative, nationalistic policies might create instability, especially in labor markets that rely on immigration. The market's response to these political dynamics would be shaped by several factors. Investor sentiment. Investors tend to react positively to candidates who promise stability and growth. Musk's pro-innovation stance could be seen as a positive, while Trump's plans for deportation might create volatility. Policy implementation. The success of either Musk's policies or Trump's deportation plans will depend largely on their ability to navigate Congress and the courts. If Musk's new party were to gain significant traction, it could influence markets more profoundly in the long term. Conversely, Trump's plans may face significant roadblocks, which could lead to temporary market fluctuations. Public reaction. Public sentiment plays a huge role in shaping market outcomes. Musk's ability to unite voters behind his new party could sway market perception. On the other hand, if Trump's deportation policies face fierce resistance from the public or the courts, the negative consequences on the market could outweigh any potential short-term gains from his other economic policies. Musk's potential policies. Free market capitalism. Musk's new party would likely push for policies that favor a more unrestricted capitalist economy. With his vast business interests, Musk would likely advocate for policies that reduce government interference in business and make it easier for startups and tech companies to thrive. This would resonate well with investors who are looking for more deregulation, lower corporate taxes, and fewer barriers to innovation. Sustainability and green energy. Musk is a strong proponent of environmental sustainability, which could influence his party's stance on climate change and energy policy. A Musk-led party would likely focus on clean energy, electric vehicles, and technological innovation. This could spur an uptick in renewable energy stocks and companies focused on sustainability. Tech and AI. As a tech mogul, Musk would likely be an advocate for the continued development of cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and space exploration. His policy might also include increased funding for space exploration, i.e., SpaceX, AI development, and high-speed transportation systems like Hyperloop, which could benefit companies and investors in these fields. What the share market might see: tech and clean energy booms. Musk's influence could accelerate the growth of the clean energy and tech sectors. Companies like Tesla, SolarCity, and Rivian might see their stock prices skyrocket as investors flock to businesses that align with Musk's forward-thinking vision. Similarly, AI companies and other high-tech startups could see huge gains if Musk's policies push for greater investment in these sectors. Global impact. Musk has a global perspective, and his party could push for international cooperation on issues like space exploration and AI ethics. Investors in global stocks could benefit from a more globalized approach to trade and innovation. Potential risks and uncertainty. Political divide. A Musk-led party would likely deepen the existing political divide in the U.S. His stance on key issues, particularly free speech and government regulation, could alienate large segments of the population. This polarization might affect market stability as businesses often prefer a more balanced political environment. Corporate favoritism. Musk's influence might lead to accusations of favoritism toward the industries he's personally invested in, such as electric vehicles and space technology. This could create market volatility as regulators step in to ensure a level playing field, especially for competitors in these sectors.